Early to rise and always moving. Every moment dedicated, almost reverently, to the function, measurement, and care of the forest.
I grew up in southern Idaho, and we would always take camping trips to a place called Redfish Lake.
I grew up out in the country and going further into the country to recreate, so it's kind of like home for me.
Yeah, I definitely see myself being in the forest for the rest of my life, and I think now that I have this connection to it, I just can't let it go.
In the same way that farmers care deeply for their farmland, foresters care deeply about the forest.
All right, I think that concludes our day, fellas.
When the pandemic of 2019 hit, the first commodity that masses began to stockpile was toilet paper.
Empty of paper products like toilet paper.
And every one of us was thankful for the work of the foresters of the past. Our forests have been so dependable as a renewable resource that Americans seldom think about how forestry benefits our way of life. Foresters who take care of this critical resource are unsung heroes who impact everything from toilet paper to outdoor recreation, from school funding to climate change.
64 with the stop.
People think about foresters mostly in the context of logging. Harvesting is a really important tool for managing forest health and fire, but forests are providing a lot more resources to people, private landowners, recreators, just the general public than just timber products. One of those is water quality. That's our whole purpose here today. Another one's clean air. This forest is just pumping out oxygen. It feels great to be out here. And then, people are concerned about climate and fire. Keeping this forest healthy and growing is, it's helping to sequester carbon. We're managing this so that it's not becoming decadent and just a whole bunch of dead fuel here that's at a higher risk of burning up. We want to keep this nice and thinned out, keep healthy, vigorous trees.
It really all starts with inventory data. You have to have accurate measurements, you have to have the field data. If you don't have that, you're not going to be able to apply the right operations to the forest. You're not going to apply the right decisions to the forest. You're not going to financially know what does and doesn't work. And you won't be able to manage for wildfire, wildlife, and all the other resources if you don't have accurate data about the spot you're working on.
We use machine learning models and other computer algorithms that process the three-dimensional LiDAR data sets. We can train the models to understand what type of tree it is, how many trees are there for an individual tree, what the diameter of the tree is, and accurately see the height and even how tall the canopy of the tree is.
Yeah, I think using technology on the forest has just elevated the industry like crazy. Things like LiDAR make research a lot easier and more efficient.
Today's foresters are using technology and innovation to solve problems that have persisted for centuries, as well as new challenges. And now, with new technologies such as LiDAR and machine learning, foresters will finally have the information they need to make decisions leading to healthier, more productive, more sustainable forests than we have ever known.
So it's like when LiDAR flies over, we're going to want to tell it that this is a ponderosa, this is a Douglas fir, so that it can try and make those associations itself if it sees it out in the field without verification.
I mean, at a certain point, the trees they've reached their maximum, they can't grow anymore, they're not going to grow anymore. The most important thing to me is just keeping our forests healthy and getting the old trees that are ready to go out of here so that the new ones can come in and keep our forests continually turning over and staying healthy so we can enjoy it.
We can look at those dots on a map, calculate the distance between the dots, and say something about whether our thinning operations were effective. And so it's traditional forestry, but with modern technology and a new way to approach these problems. And it's really fun for us because we just need to figure out how do we use this new kind of data to solve these problems.
To sum it up, a forester is a conservationist, economist, student, and steward of nature. There's never been a more exciting time to be a forester because of the potential impact that is possible for the next generation. The stereotypes that foresters yield chainsaws and bulldoze roads and kill old growth and only clear-cut trees for money are uninformed and dangerous. We have much to be grateful for and a fantastic opportunity and responsibility to care for the future. So much depends on the stewardship of our forest. If you would like to learn more about the power of forestry or are interested in forestry as a career, click the links below.
We were working on the Flathead Indian Reservation, and we got to work about 6,000 feet in elevation and see the entire Flathead Lake. That was really cool.
This spring I was on the west side of Mount Rainier, and you could see like the side of Mount Rainier that there's no pictures of, like and just being in those type places, it's just really neat.
Earlier today I was running an excavator, and later today we'll be doing some trail clearance using saw work.
I'm a forestry major. I'm a freshman, so I'll be going into my sophomore year. I'm going to be felling a tree for the first time, I believe, this afternoon.
I don't know, it just calms me down. I get to be out there sometimes by myself, and it's kind of a relaxing thing to do. And it feels comfortable to me because I've grown up with it, and it's just really nice to be out in the woods.
One of the coolest experiences I've had is spending a couple months in New Zealand. When you get out there, you get to go to a lot of places that people don't really ever get to see.
We've done a little bit of timber cruising. I really like that. Running chainsaw, building trail was good. And I've been learning how to use an excavator, which has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed that.
What I like most personally about working in the woods is the high degree of autonomy that I have with my day. I'm kind of my own boss.
The most rewarding thing for me is actually seeing people get their data for the first time and just seeing their face light up when you start showing them all their trees, and it just really comes to life for them.
The crew is extremely welcoming, and I think it's a great thing for more women to pursue.